Welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 7, Episode 4. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Christopher, the comeback kid, Woodmansey.
Mark the Ancient Warrior Merchant.
And we're back. Mark's back from out of town, and we even brought our guest on today, Mr. Craig Voren. How you doing, Craig?
What's up, man? How are y'all?
We're doing good. Craig, you're on today because Penn High Team 8 has claimed the Game of Thrones, and you guys are officially in first place now.
Y'all act like that's a surprise.
It is.
No, never. No surprise here.
It's not a surprise. It's a shock.
Y'all keep picking against us. That's all I want. Just a little motivation.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Picking against you guys is what propelled you. Especially when Chris picks against you.
Like I told him, first half it was nothing but mystery score. Yeah.
But now it's down to business.
Y'all being in first place is like half. It's like betting.
But congrats to you guys. You guys are doing great. Tina's been bowling red hot. You've been bowling great. Gino's been bowling great. So y'all have earned it.
I think they've been sandbagging.
Y'all have beat some pretty top teams. I mean, no slouches. You beat Blame It on the Alcohol 2 weeks ago, and then y'all just got done beating on Rick's team.
Three fingers deep.
3 fingers deep. That's it. But yeah, Craig, so kudos to you guys because y'all have had to run the gauntlet here to earn first place. You guys bowled some great teams. There weren't no slouches, so good job.
I mean, they haven't beaten my team. No, okay.
No, they have not faced your team to beat yet, Chris.
No, they won't, though.
Y'all keep talking shit. Yeah, y'all keep talking shit. I'm just getting motivation.
Oh, he's marking it down. He hit the record button.
Yeah, look at
it. Oh, Greg, we're only giving you ammunition to say when you do lose and fall from the top that, yeah, you know what? You're right, guys. You're right. So we're
Craig.
Oh, that'll happen.
Just put the peanut butter down and stop playing with the dog.
Oh, God.
You call me
That's what he's called, the workout.
The Ancient Warrior Slayer.
Oh. I like that
That's
name.
Chris's name.
I like that.
Ancient Warrior, really?
Wow.
Well, he's old. He's like 1,000 years old.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's
named
like
himself.
1,000 years old.
He's
so
past ancient.
Yeah.
Like a mummy.
Yeah. So, Greg, how do you feel that your best player is a woman?
Well, you know it's total rejection when your hand falls asleep.
She is the only one that made Bowler of the Week on the team so far.
Yeah, like how do you feel like you have to rely on Tina just to keep y'all in the game?
I'll take it every week. Y'all just keep doing what you're doing.
We appreciate you guys.
That's probably why, hey, Chris, that's probably why you got rid of those 2 guys and got your wife.
Man.
Yeah, I need a girl to carry me. Exactly.
He needed his wife to carry him.
Mm-hmm.
And after last week, Chris, I don't know if they're going to bowl with you anymore because of all the pressure you put on them. It seemed like
you say that when I have some information to tell you.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Let's save it.
No.
Let's
Now Leland and Camilla quit.
Let's save that.
You let me know when you want to hear it. You let me know when you want to hear it.
I want to first talk about Mark's weekend. Mark had a hell of a weekend. Let's talk about it. What's going on?
You know what? I did hit big in the Super Bowl in my prop bets, and anybody that listened in last week could have made some money. I mean, the overtime was a huge win for me.
Yep.
And it never happened.
Yeah, the overtime was a huge win. And then I think I recalled saying bet the field goal kickers to kick over couple field goals, which that happened. All in all, $3,900 win.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. What a weekend.
Yep.
I mean, that should never have happened. But
Mark had a hell of a weekend, and he's here.
Okay, so
he wasn't planning on being here tonight because he was going to be in Boston still, but I guess the weather was going to be bad, and so they got an early flight home.
Yeah, I was supposed to fly out at 8:00 tomorrow, but they're going to get like 8 to 12 inches of snow overnight. in the
And you
morning.
just hate to hear it. You just hate
Yeah,
to hear it. Living in
and-
Texas, I
And
bet you they get tired of you. Like, oh yeah, it was 50, 60 degrees, and we haven't seen snow in a few years, and here they're getting another 8
Yeah.
inches, like
And you
twice,
know,
2 or 3 times a winter.
And so I scrambled to try to get out of there because one, we're bowling you tomorrow night, Lee. And I don't want to miss that.
Mark, you'd
And then I
kill for
didn't
8
want-
inches, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know what though? And I didn't want to miss the downfall that's going to happen tomorrow night for Pin High.
We're always on a downfall. Why you got to keep adding to it?
Yep.
Pin High.
For Pin. Oh, you didn't want to miss.
Yes, I didn't want to miss the
High's
downfall for Pin
Yeah,
High.
the Titanic of Pin High. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't
Yep.
think anybody could equal the Titanic of
Okay,
the
okay,
JB Trio.
okay. You know what? I'm not in first place. Let's bag on him.
Who is?
Oh yeah,
It's you for this week. Next week you won't be.
1 week wonder.
Yeah,
It's
1
that
week
Pin
wonder.
High. They're bowling against Wicked Trios, no slouch.
So make your pick now, man. Make your picks now.
Larry,
Yeah.
Larry.
We're gonna. I wonder what the spread's gonna be on that. We'll have to get there when we get there. But first, let's talk about how y'all got there in our segment called "The Fastest 3 Minutes in Bowling." So the first pair was Team 2, OG, against Team 12, the men in the 10 pin, and a true Kiss Your Sister week, 24 out of 24. So that's a point for everybody to beat Mark's picks. I like it. Next pair, Team 14, that is Almost Empty Nest against Wicked Trio. And Almost Empty Nest had a groundbreaking night. They bowled great, especially Nancy, who we'll talk about later in the show. Next pair is Pin High, our very own Craig and Gino and Tina. They bowled up against Team 6, 3 fingers deep, and ended up kicking their butt 34 out of 48, thanks to Craig and Tina and Gino. All 3 bowled good. Team 10, that's Chris's team, his newly formed team of his wife and my son Leland. They are Put Your Thumb in Timmy, and they bowled up against Team 4, which is Fred and Garrett and James. Blame it on the alcohol, and nobody wanted to win. It was 24 and 24. Kiss Your Sister again. Next pair is Team 11, Ricky and the 2 Mikes against Team 1, my team. Oh, look, there's Leland. Our team is, who you calling the Pinhead? And wow, you wouldn't believe it. That Team 1 team that consists of me and Peyton and Craig, we actually won for the first time in a month. Won 46 out of 48. It was a bludgeoning. Next pair, Team 7. That's the S team against Team 9. Slate's Rockheads. And wow, Slate's Rockheads took a beating. Part of the reason why they're not in first anymore, they lost 42 out of 48.
Saying so.
Stop having an orgasm about it, Chris.
Say it again.
All right, moving on. Let's forget that ever happened. Team 5, Mark's team, that Slate's Rockheads up against Team 13.
They wish I was on their team.
BD in the pocket, and Mark's team pulled out the narrow victory, 26 out of 48. So thank goodness we picked Mark's team, didn't we? I can't remember. We'll get to it.
Chris was the only one that didn't.
Oh, I can't wait to see the
He was
results.
going with the big dick.
Like always. Oh, I mean, wait a minute. Okay,
What?
so
Never.
next. So the results are kudos to Mr. Craig Voren and his team Pin High are in first place by a wide margin, 132 points. Next place is second for 119. That's Slate Sloppy seconds. That's Mark's team. Almost
Look out.
Empty Nest. Who'd have thought? Nancy Davis with Bob and Anna Marie are in third place, 115 points. 3 fingers deep, got bumped down to fourth, right 1 point behind them at 114. In fifth place, the S team, 112. BD in the pockets in sixth place, 111. Slate's Rockheads knocked all the way down to seventh at 109. Team OG is in the middle instead of the gutter. They're at 102. They're 53% winning percentage. So good job to OG. Who you calling the Pinhead is no longer in last. They're at 94. Who'd have thought? My team. So we're in ninth. Blame it on the alcohol. Got bumped way down to 10th place. at 92 points. Wicked Trio got bumped down to 87 points. And in 12th place, the men in the 10 pin at 81. Well, this is normal. Put your thumb in it in 13th place at 69, but not in last.
We're not in last, baby.
Ricky and the two Mikes are in last place at 55 points. So this is kind of like a bizarro week where everybody that was on the lower end of the placement in the first half are now dominating and are in the top part of the league. So I'm glad to see it, though, because it's time that they take over.
Well, there is one team that is up in the top half that was in the top half the first half.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I'm correcting myself. Yes.
No, there's just
who could forget?
It's a bunch of old people. It's a bunch of old people.
Everybody's favorite Slate Sloppy Seconds, who I helped name, is in second place at 119. Thanks to Mr. MVP himself, Mr. Kyle Howell, who's still in MVP consideration, but
he did struggle.
He did struggle. He's got some people still chasing him now with only a 1 point lead for MVP. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, you guys are in second.
Yeah, he struggled last week.
Yep.
Well, if you see Gino, he's up there in the MVP race now.
Yes, he is. He tracked the top three. So he's tied for third place. So bowlers of the week, very interesting week. We had James Singletary, who's normally the third bowler on Blame It on the Alcohol, had a great week.
Yeah.
He is a bowler of the week this week. James Singletary, 115 pins over his average. So great week, James. Kudos to Greg Carlton, with 104 over his average, and Mark Merchant with 86 over his average.
Whoa!
So who'd have thought we'd all cracked the top three, but that was nothing, y'all. The men take a back seat to the women this week because we had some excellent female bowling this week, including Tina Clay, who is Gino's wife. Back-to-back weeks, she had 62 pins over her average. So, wow, Craig, you guys got this ace in the hole in your team. You didn't even know it.
Playing possum.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And so, but the lady that took the kudos for Bowler of the Week, we won't even call it Ladies Bowler of the Week. We're going to call it Bowler of the Week, period, because she dominated both the men and the women's division. Nancy Davis. She bowled 146 pins over her average.
Dude, I was bowling. We were bowling next to her. Dude, she was amazing. That last game dropped off for her because she said she hurt her hand, but it was crazy watching her.
She killed it. She bowled a 227 and 194, I think it was, for the first two games. So that third game caught up to her. But man,
what is it with all the Tinas?
I don't know, but her daughter killed it too. Tina Saunders, no slouch, and really bowled great. She had 134 pins over her average, and she would have taken Bowler of the Week. Well, she gets in the King of the Hill bracket, and we had to rename it Queen of the Hill. So even though she didn't make Bowler of the Week, her mom took that honor, but she made Queen of the Hill, and Tina Saunders 134 over her average.
Dang.
So it was definitely a Davis/Saunders week. So their whole team, both teams won big. The ladies killed it. They held up the men. The men bowled like crap. So yeah, I mean they are showing out.
I think Pin High did so well this week because they were turned on by the leopard shorts Caden was wearing.
Oh my god! Oh my god! These shorts. He says it's his workout shorts, but I don't know what kind of working out he's doing. Maybe he's doing the Chris workout.
Exactly.
So with those shorts, they're so high that I think if we have to change it up so that Chris, if you don't make high average, you have to wear those pair of shorts.
Oh, okay. Caden's pretty petite. That shorts probably fit over one leg of mine.
Exactly. That's how. If you're so confident in claiming top high average, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. If you're so confident that at the end, then if you don't make it to the number one average, then you got to wear the pair of shorts.
I'll be ripping those shorts.
So that was the bowlers of the week, and going over the high average, all the men dropped. We got Neil Brady all the way down to 207.6. They're so low now we have to add the points. so 207.62. Garrett Williams dropped another pin. He's down to 206.91. Ron Reynolds in third, 205.68.
Who's in fourth?
And number 4, that's not listed on the sheet, but he's there, is Mr. Chris Woodman.
What?
He's only one pin away of cracking the top 3, which is unbelievable.
Oh, my God. He's late. The comeback kid.
Who's behind him?
Oh, yeah.
Not you.
No, I'm at 202. 203 is Gilbert.
Yeah.
So Gilbert is right behind him.
Where he should be.
And Fred Williams and myself and Peyton are all tied at 202.
Where I should be.
Where I should be. So, yeah, it's anybody's match. Even George cracked finally 200. He was in the 190s all season. Now he's in the 200, so he's coming up. So first place honors for high average, which I think they're paying out this year. I think it's like $25. It's up for grabs. It's anybody's game right now. But high average for the ladies, I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion, although Nancy is making her way, especially after how she bowled last week. But Camilla's got pretty much a dominant average right now. I hope it doesn't take too much of a dip now that she's on Chris's team. And it's at 169. Now, last week it was at 171. So it's already taken a 2-pin dip ever since joining Chris.
Oh, okay.
So
getting the family.
And Amanda's in second at 143, and Nancy's in third at 133. Most improved for the men is still Cody. He's killing it at a 19-pin increase, although Peyton's right on his tail at 16-pin increase, and Larry at 13. For the ladies all day, Tina Saunders, a 17-pin increase from when she started the season, and closest one to her is her aunt, Anne Marie. She's at a 10-pin increase, and Tina Clay at a 6-pin increase, so not too bad for the ladies. But the MVP race, the most interesting race, is basically the men and women that take the most points for their team. And for the longest time, it was Kyle Howell, and it's still Kyle. He only got 2 points this past week. He's at 109 now. But George won majority of his points, and he jumped up to 108. So only 1 pin behind the MVP. But Sean Taylor stayed at 102. And Mr. Gino Clay, Craig's teammate, has cracked the top 3. He's tied for third at 102 for most points for their team. So he's cracked the top 3. So kudos to Gino. All right. And then finally, for the ladies, Tina Saunders is way in the lead for MVP for women, 93 points. Anna Marie Davis next is at 79. And Nancy Davis, Tina's mom, is at 78 points. So one just bowled really great. And just to show you how great she bowled, she had 4 individual adult awards, a 200 game award, a 500 series award, 50 pins over her game award, and 140 pins over her series award, which are all USBC awards. Tina Saunders also had a 500 series over award. So we're going to have to start collecting these awards soon because they're starting to pile up. So I'll have to send word to USBC local here in Denton, tell us to get us those awards, like our little pins and the little pens and patches and stuff like that.
Yeah, true that.
All right. So we have covered the league.
All right. Now it's time for Chris's segment, the Coke Bottle Scratch Bracket. All right. For the last week, we had Lee McDonald versus Matthew Macy. Lee McDonald came out winning 672 to a 511.
Nice.
All right. Going against Lee will be the second runner-up, Joe Bear versus Brian Brimmerman. Joe Bear took it with a 590 to a 564.
Oh, that was close.
Yes. All right. So it'll be Joe Bear versus Lee McDonald.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep. So we have the next one will be George Martinez versus Chris Saunders. Georgie came out with a 599 to a 570.
He should have let his wife bowl. His wife probably would have beat him.
Yep. Going against Georgie will be the next runner-up. Myself versus Caden Connor. I bowl a 661 versus a 487. Caden Connor.
Uh-oh. So that means it's Chris versus
George Martinez.
Oh man. So if you beat George and I beat
Jobert.
Jobert, then it's me versus you in the finals.
Yep, and for all the women.
My God! What
we got to have an audit though. How did Chris get in? I thought he lost the first round.
I know I bowled
Yeah, I
at
thought
6:30.
so,
I bowled 6:30 to Sean 5:29.
What about that next week when you shot a 5'10"?
What? No, no.
That's when your team left you.
Yeah, that's before we started these brackets. That's before we started these brackets.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, selective bookkeeping again.
So I've been shooting 600 ever since I joined the new team.
Oh, really?
My first week 630, second week 661. I mean, it's just going up.
Not to brag.
Yeah,
Not to brag.
It's just going up. I mean, Lee, you shot a 530, then you shot a 670. So you're going up too.
The model
weird?
consistency.
It's been 3 weeks they haven't had the foul lights on.
Yep, exactly.
I think we'll have to have Kyle prove it again.
And then Jobert, though, his statistics isn't working for him. He pulled a 727 and then a 590.
Yeah, I mean, whatever wins, I guess.
But he's going down ever since the new pattern on the lanes came out. He hasn't been bowling good. So
I didn't think he'd like to go down like that.
So, Chris, who you bowling this week?
George Martinez in the brackets.
Okay.
In the bracket.
Who you picking on that one, Mark? Who you picking on that
George all the way.
What?
Yeah, George all the way.
Okay.
George has been killing it.
Who you got, Lee?
Go with Mr. Woodmansey. He's bowled 630 and 660, which is no slouch. About a 215 average. I'll have to pick Mr. Woodman.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is it's going to be Gilbert against George.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew you'd pick against us, Mark. Thanks.
Dang.
But you are the betting man. Hey, I mean, if you're winning $3,900 from prop bets, then I'm like probably
that's the money he's going to use for his cassette.
Look at the odds are really good. The odds.
We know who's buying the beer tomorrow night.
Do you know what? If you had to rank them and put them in order, Chris is the long shot.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
I can't lose my own bracket.
I can say it's all 200 bowlers. I'm at 202, Gilbert 203, George 200, and Chris is leading at 204.
Yeah.
So he would be considered the number one rank.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be number one, Gilbert.
You know what happened in San Francisco?
Yeah. You know what happens to number one ranks? Number one means they're first to lose. So, but anyway, there's the bracket. What do you think, Craig? Who do you think is going to take and be in the finals, in the final two?
Mark Merchant.
Oh, okay.
Mark Merchant.
You got that right.
He's not even in the bracket. It's either Lee, there,
Look,
George, or Chris.
I was in there, but Chris ripped me off.
What? No. You lost to George Martinez by 42 pins.
Out. Well, and a worthy opponent.
Yeah, definitely.
But maybe a little selective bookkeeping. I like when Chris did his bonus pins from a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I like you, Lee. You know, I got faith in you, brother.
Oh, hey, how about that? Appreciate it. I'm glad somebody does.
Yeah, well, he needs to stop. He needs to lay off the bottle.
As long as you just keep picking against us.
We'll have to wait and see. You never know.
Really? Oh, yeah. Get it nice and tight. All right, welcome to Chris Probes the Guest. Today's guest, we have Craig Rolling. He is currently in first place due to Tina. No one else. That's the only reason they're in first place, and that is all we're going to talk about. So, Craig, thank you for being our guest, and congratulations for being in first place by a girl.
Thank you very much.
How you feel about that?
Delicious.
Delicious. All right. Awesome. All right. So
that's Chris's new word.
So Greg, so here is where I'm going to dig in deep. I'm going to go in nice and hard and try to figure out who Greg Foran is. Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay with letting me in?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So Greg, so I don't know you on a personal level, so let's get everyone to know you on a personal level. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Just tell us the honest truth and nothing but the truth. Okay.
So help me God.
Oh my God, awesome. So, Greg, so what made you want to join JB Trio? Do you have a history with people here? You have a history in the league? What made you want to pick Tuesday nights?
Yeah, I do. For years, my dad bowled in that league, and for 4 or 5 years, I just went and watched them, hung out with them, just father-son deal. And then they had an opening, and I ended up joining the league with him and Bill, and I bowled with them, probably 7 years.
Yep.
And then and I was driving from Fort Worth, and then I just I stopped for a while for about 7 years, and then Gino, who's a buddy, him and I were talking about it one weekend, and of course Gino, he used to be a pro.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah.
And
But we were talking about joining the league, and we just I ended up getting us signed up and got a hold of Lee, and here we are, first place.
Here we are. Yeah.
How do you like it so far? After being 7 years, taking a break, and 7 years of bowling in this league, how do you like it now? Like, do you miss it? Is it something like this is like what you loved back then, or has it changed like different dramatically?
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I think it was fun bowling with Dad and Bill, but but it's also fun bowling with Gino and his wife, and y'all made it really pleasure to join. And yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. We try to keep it fun and family-like oriented, and try to make people feel comfortable and just have a nice little camaraderie. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So I just didn't know. So you bowled with your dad 7 years ago, 14 years bowling. I would say 28 years of bowling with a 7-year break. What made you get into bowling in the first place? Was it your dad?
Yeah, absolutely. Dad's bowled forever. I mean, about when we were probably 10, 11 years old. I don't know if y'all were familiar with Heart Bowl, or if you're not, but that's where it started. And then, like I said, I was just go watch Dad for about 4 years, and then I got the itch. I was like, Dad, I want to try, and he was more than welcome to let me join the team. And it was from then on. And then, like I said, Fort Worth, and it was Louisville. It was just
hard drive.
It was, and you get home about 1 a.m.
Oh
yeah. That DWI might have hurt you,
dude. Hey, we did a lot of drinking. I know that. Hey, that old man could drink. You tried to kill him, Mark.
Damn, what?
I'll let Mark tell you that story. Yeah.
I do bowl with him on Monday afternoons, and yeah,
85. Pops is 85.
Yeah,
dang.
And he had a little too much to drink.
Did this happen in the 1860s or?
No, actually, this was that's a few months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably about 3 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. Had a little too much to drink, and he tripped, and Mark had to go pick him up, and that was about it. But to this day, Craig's like, he tripped Dad.
Yeah,
kill him.
And now he's we got him locked in on one pitcher a week.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
I got a question for Craig. What's up? Because this is kind of the same deal with me and my dad before he passed. He was for years the left-handed bowler. I bowled right-handed, and you're lefty and your dad's righty. What's up with that?
Funny story. Actually, when I was a kid, my aunt, my mom's twin sister, used to watch me because they were working or whatever, and she was left-handed, and she actually taught me to be left-handed.
She snuck in.
She did.
Dad's back and showed you how to bowl lefty.
She did.
His dad was telling me he was the milkman's kid.
There's a good possibility. Because Dad, when my brother, he's the older than I am, he was at a bowling alley bowling, and when Mom was in labor, and that was back before they had cell phones or whatever, and somehow they got a hold of him at the bowling alley, and he said, honey, just hang on for about another hour. I'm almost through.
Give it another hour. I'm not quite done. I'm in the last bracket.
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'll bring home grocery money.
Just tell that baby to hold on for another hour.
Mom.
Back then, I bet you that's actually what they did. So, okay, I got about an hour, but you better get here for my water done broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
True story.
I love it.
Nice. That's awesome. So with you being back in the league, which we were awesome to have you, like, we're so grateful that you're back. You're adding more team. You were bringing back old memories of the league of JP Trio that you used to be a part of with your dad. Now with being a part of Gino's team, do you see yourself being like a regular now for the next 7 years?
But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can plan on continuing.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll have to be back next year to
defend your title.
Absolutely.
Now, the next question was I always ask the bowlers this, and I just want your honest opinion about it. So, with you being in the league, meeting new people like myself, Chris Woodmansey, and other people that you bowl with, what teams do you hate going against, and what team do you like going against? Like, what team do you fear? Like, oh, man, I hate going against that team because they're just that good, or you just don't have a good vibe with them?
That's about every week.
Every team.
Except Mark. Hey, Mark, we got to bring the pink T-shirts back.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
We do.
What was the story behind that?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let Mark tell you that one.
Yeah. We had these bright pink shirts, and with a lot of bling bling on them. And I remember
y'all make fun of me with pink shirts.
Yeah, and it was me against. It was me, who was it? Me
you
against
and
your dad.
Yeah, and me against Neil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever lost had to wear a pink shirt that said, like your dad had to wear a shirt that said, "I'm Mark's bitch."
Yeah. And Neil had to wear one. Yeah, I'm Craig's bitch. Yeah.
Nice.
And you had to bowl the week with the whole. Yeah, you had to bowl the 3 games with it on.
Oh,
But I can tell you one thing: that shirt wouldn't fit Neil now. Good Lord.
I still got.
He still has his. He wore it a few months back and posted it on Facebook. We'll have to get him to see if it's in the closet. We'll have to get him to come out of the closet again.
Yeah, actually, I've got my shirt in my locker there. So
Whoa,
I could go against you, Greg, and if you lose, you can wear my shirt.
Next match. Oh, let me see who you guys bowled. Not this week, but next week is team. Oh, speak of the devil. It's Craig's team versus Chris's team next week.
Yes, sir.
I think if Chris loses, we'll have to stuff him in Mark's shirt.
Oh my gosh. No.
If you lose, Chris, if you lose.
No.
Well, it's either that or the whatever.
Yeah.
All right, fine. If I win, though, Mark's wears a wig.
Oh. Well, wait a minute. Why is Mark going to be involved? It's you versus Craig.
Well, I have to wear Mark's shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, well, whatever.
Okay.
I can do it.
Hey, Mark's got Craig's back, so hey.
Let me start 2 more questions. One very quick, easy question. So, Greg, you being in the league, who's your favorite bowler? Who you love watching bowl in the JV Trio League? Who's your iconic bowler in the league right now?
You know, it's probably Neil. I enjoy watching Neil, always have. He's just got a pretty smooth shot.
He does.
Even though he sucks at bowling.
Right. But, you know, he blows good.
All right.
And that's the one guy he can beat.
Right. With the handicap.
We got proof with the picture of Neil.
We do.
And the pink shirt.
All right. So, last question. If you can build your own team, your own fantasy team next year for JV Trio with 3-man team, what 2 people would you choose out of the people now in the bowling now? What 2 people would you grab to form your own mega team? What 2 people?
Probably Tina and Gina Clay.
There you go. That's the perfect answer. I was hoping you were going to say that. That's awesome. I love
and then
that.
he'd take Camilla as a 4th.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, who wouldn't want to have 2 women?
She'll be available before long.
Yeah.
That'd be a horrible pick. That'd be a horrible pick.
Here we go with another episode of Beat Mark's Picks. What's really nice about last week's results, Lee and Chris, is we both get 2 wins because 2 matches went 24 and 24.
2 Kiss Your Sisters. Automatic
so
wins.
Oh, hey,
2
we should make a
automatic
rule.
wins.
We should make a rule. If you guess a tie, a Kiss Your Sister tie, it's 2 points. If you guess it right, if you have to say it though, you have to. I think it's going to be a Kiss Your Sister tie.
Yeah,
You get
you
2
should get
points.
2 points. I'm good with that. That
Okay.
sounds good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Only
Yeah.
if you say it though. Only if you say it. You have to say.
Yeah, only if you say it.
Okay.
Mhm.
But anyways, Chris, that might have been your only 2 wins. No, no. Actually, I will say we all did take a loss because we all did take Slate's Rockhead.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a
And
mistake.
so there was 4 of us because Kyle was our
Actually,
guest.
it wasn't. We were going based on averages, and no, we should have won that game.
Yeah,
We
they
all
lost
took a
40
loss
though.
there.
Yeah, Ryan
But-
Curtis sub, and they sucked.
But I will say the difference maker last week was the guy who took Pin High to win.
Oh, I know who
And-
that was.
And that was myself.
That
Last
was
week
Mark.
I went 5 wins, 2 losses, taking Pin High, and both Lee, Chris, and our guest Kyle went 4 wins, 3 losses.
Oh,
If I
So-
can remember, y'all picked against Penn High like every week, Lee.
that's our biggest
No, we do.
mistake. That's
No,
why
that's a true statement. That's a true statement. We do.
That's why we suck this half.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what, Greg? We will continue to go against Penn High.
Oh,
Keep doing Keep doing
No,
what
you-
you're doing.
You know what happened? The first half, I took Pin High almost every week. And
yeah.
this is why I ended up in dead
Wow.
last.
Wow, you got one out of,
Oh.
you got 1 out of 10 right, Mark. Good job.
I did.
The other 9 times they lost, but good job.
But this is the half that counts.
Yeah.
And overall,
What?
Yeah.
I won the first half. Okay.
The first half doesn't count.
overall, I'm 18 wins, 12 losses. Lee, you're 16 wins, 14 losses, 2
Oh,
back.
catching up.
Chris is 13 wins, 17 losses,
Oh.
below 5,
I'm 3,
below
8,
500.
3. I'm 3 back. Only 3 back.
Yeah, below 500 though. That's where you're about to be. And,
I won
and
the
then
first half. I won the first half.
and then the guest is 12 wins, 10 losses. So Craig, after this week, you'll surpass Chris in overall wins.
Oh yeah. Everybody's got a winning percentage except
Hey, it's not how you
Except
start.
who?
It's how you finish. It's not how you start. It's how you finish.
just the tip.
Yeah, just a tip.
Oh God. All right. First pair is Team 4 blaming on the alcohol against Team 7, the S team, the Resurgence S team. What's the spread on this?
104 pins.
Oh my god.
And I am riding those pins to victory. I'm picking the S team.
Yeah, I got the S team.
I'm going to take blame it on the alcohol.
What was
Mark-
opposite?
Mark's on a
opposite?
losing streak. Mark's on a losing streak already.
Yeah.
What do you think,
I think they're going
Craig?
to snap out of it.
Give me Fred.
Oh,
Yeah,
Right, there you
Fred?
go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Guess is on a losing streak now too.
well, boy. All right. So next pair is Slate's Rockheads against Ricky and the 2 Mikes. What's the spread?
86 pins in this
Oh
one.
my god.
86 a game.
This is gonna be a tough one because every time I pick against Ricky, they seem to win, and I picked them like the last 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and they sucked ass. So of course, if I pick against them, they're gonna bowl great this week. But I am going with the Rockheads because I think they're gonna have a bounce back week, and Joe Bear, he's been carrying that team, and I think he's gonna have another good week.
Yeah, I got Joe Bear. I got Slate Rockets.
I'm going to take
Say it.
Team
Say
11.
it. Say it.
Team
Say it.
11, Ricky.
Say
and
it.
two-
Say
two
it.
Mike. Yeah.
All right, we're tied now. We're tied with them.
And you know why I'm going to do that is because there are some teams that Ricky and the 2 Mikes just they have they like bowling. You know what I mean? Like they got good camaraderie. Like when we bowl them and they pick it up. And,
Yeah.
and I think the same thing with Neil and those guys. You know,
I
Mike
see
Henderson.
exactly what you're saying too. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I
They
mean.
kicked their ass in the first half. The 1 week they played them. So yeah, I totally see it.
Yeah, it's just like they got good camaraderie with certain teams, and like when they bowl us, they're up for the match, you know.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be up for it this week against
And that's-
Neil and those guys.
And that is the thing. I really do. I think that is the thing. Like just when we bowled them last week and killed them, we bowled them in the first half and did the same. So I don't know what it is. Just certain teams bowl better against certain teams, and it's I
Yeah,
don't know.
they seem to be up for it.
It is a thing though.
I'm gonna go with who. God, I hate who Mark picked. Damn it!
2 in a row. So Ricky the 2 mics. Okay, so 2. That's back to back. It's 2
See,
and
the
2
guests
for
won't
team.
catch up to me now. I'm already 2 games in.
Yeah,
I don't know. Mark's in the lead, but this next
We're
one
caught
might
up.
be.
We caught up with them.
This next one is definitely going to be a pick'em game. It's my team versus Mark's team. He was flying specially in
Yep.
town for this match.
Give me Lee's team.
Oh, hey!
Oh,
right off the bat.
Call it
Let's see the spread.
out.
What is the spread on it, Mark?
8 pins.
Oh, what
shit.
spread? What spread? Well, I picked my team to win last week, and I'm going to stick by it. I'm going to pick my team, even though I don't know if we're going to ride 2 weeks in a row, but I'm picking my team.
Okay, well, I'll definitely take my team. It won't be a slaughter, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a 26 to 22, whichever team.
I got Mark's team.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So we are keeping the trend going 2 and 2.
yeah,
Every pair
Yeah.
has been 2 people on each team.
yeah,
That's crazy.
split so
We've
far.
never done that. An even split.
Yeah,
All right, next pair is Team 8. Of course, our first place team, Mr. Craig and Pin High against Wicked Trio, who's been kind of in a slump lately. What's the spread?
88 pins to Pin High.
88?
88.
And because our guests have shown
like 5 of
courtesy
me.
for me, and I'm taking the pins. I'm taking Craig and
No,
Pin High
no, do
to
not
stay
do that.
in first place.
They're going to sight now. They're going to
I call bullshit on
I
that.
cursed
No,
him.
Lee, you haven't picked this all year.
I know. Why start now, huh? But no, I have faith in you guys. I'm going to pick you.
Oh, shit. The curse of the Pondas.
The podcast curse,
the
too. We got to
podcast
think about
curse.
the podcast
Yeah, the
curse.
Yep.
podcast curse.
Oh, my
God
God.
damn it.
I'm going to erase the podcast curse right here and now and pick Pin High.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with Wicked Trio.
Oh,
No.
you didn't.
You know it. You know who it is.
Yeah, I do the same. I pick against my.
I got Wicked Trio as well.
Oh, Chris.
No, I've got us. I was just kidding.
Oh, good job.
no, I got
Good
Pin High
job.
now. I got Pin High now.
No.
I changed mine. I got Pin High.
Oh, please, Mark, make it a unanimous.
Wait, no way. I'm taking Wicked Trio here.
No, I'll stay with my first pick. I got Wicked Trio.
Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna keep the trend 2-2.
Yeah, I got
Mark, hey, Lee, switch your pick, please.
Oh no, I have faith in you guys. I want to get the point.
Come on, Lee.
I will do it at the last second if you beg me tomorrow in person.
I beg you now.
Yeah, I
All
bet
right,
you
all
did.
right. Just because you said so,
No.
I will pick Wicked Trio just because
Thank you.
Craig Wicked.
No.
Thank you.
All right, so we're all for Wicked
All right,
Trio
no, I
except
go Pin High.
for-
I got Pin High.
except for Chris, of course.
I got Pin High.
All right, next pair.
Y'all hear
Okay,
me?
hold on a minute. Lee,
Wait.
are you
Yeah.
taking Wicked Trio?
I'm gonna switch.
I
I'm
got
gonna
Pin
switch.
High.
Chris has got Pin High now?
Yep. So 3-1.
No, Chris is
in
doing,
honor of Craig,
Chris
I
is
will
doing-
do as he says.
Chris is moving to Pin High.
Yes.
Yes, he's staying on Pin High.
I love it when people fight over us.
No, I'm going for Pin High. I'm not going for
Yeah.
Wicked Trio.
He's 4 Pin High.
Yes.
He's
He's
4
against
Pin High. Craig's 4 Pin High. And me and Lee are for Wicked Trio.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we're sticking with 2 and 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So 2 and 2 all across the board so far.
Come on.
Next
Chris.
pair is BD in the pocket
Big dick.
against the men in the 10 pin. What's the spread?
15 pins.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is crazy. So 15 for, I'm assuming, BD.
No, the men in 10 pin are going to get 15.
Man, that is close. And it's
Yeah.
so it's BD is Christian, Brian, and Matthew. Matthew didn't bowl good last week, but he bowled really great the week before. Kind of the same with men in the 10 pin. Sean Taylor had like the front 9 the week before. So 2 weeks ago, both teams bowled excellent, and then last week both teams bowled sucky. And then you got Cody and Gary. Man, this is tough.
Now, BD in the pocket was on 31 and 32 last week against us.
That's true.
So I'm going to take BD in the pocket, but this is going to be a really tight match.
I'm actually going with Mark's pick. I'm going with BD. I think Brian has been bowling pretty consistent. He didn't bowl so good last week, but I think he's going to have – it's a get-right week, I think, for the whole team. I'm going with BD.
I got BD.
Your protege. Uh-oh, that's the breaking 3.
I got the other.
Oh,
he's going opposite. So at least we got a pick for every team so far.
Now, Brian did throw me the finger about 4 or 5 times last week, but he said he did that out of respect.
Out of respect. Out of love for Mark. That's what probably won you the extra luck to win those prop bets.
Yeah.
Probably. All right, next pair we got Team 6 is Three Fingers Deep, Caden and Rick and George against Chris's team. Put your thumb in it. And as Mark says, this is always the easiest pick of the week.
Yeah.
3 fingers deep.
wow. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah. I mean, I think Chris is just going to have his eyes on Rick Connor's big dick. And
those shorts really show it.
And the shorts. Forget it.
Oh, my God. All right, what's the spread on this one?
31 pins.
Man, that's a lot. I didn't think it was going to be that much. That's got to be for Chris's team.
Yeah, but that's not enough, Lee.
Oh, man.
Not enough. You got the gutter fluffer throwing more gutters now than he did the first half.
I'm picking here just solely on the fact that Three Fingers Deep is higher in the standings, so Three Fingers Deep.
You sure it isn't because of the leopard shorts?
That too. Chris's future shorts.
Oh, yeah. Not everyone chose Three Finger Deep.
So
Absolutely.
far, yes.
Mark?
Yeah. God, that's a no-brainer.
I choose Three Fingers Deep.
No, Chris, you're supposed to pick your team.
Nope.
Okay, I'll take Chris's team.
Oh,
what?
Craig in for the clutch. Good job, Craig. So 1 for Chris's team. So Chris, don't let him down. All right, last pair. Team 2, OG, against Team 14, third place, almost empty nest. What's the spread?
Well, it's 153 pin difference right now, but you know that if they get a sub in there or a vacancy score, it kind of changes things a bit.
It does.
So,
and they're on 31-32.
Yeah. And God, and I don't think any of them would be affected by 31 and 32. Do you?
No, not particularly.
I'm going to take
OG. Might be the one with the most struggle, but
yeah, I'll take OG here.
Patrick's on that team.
What's the pin difference?
He's a higher average, 152
for emptiness.
Yeah, but then again, that'll get lower if they get a sub or you use their vacancy. I don't know. What's the vacancy handicap?
165 with 44 pin handicap.
44. So that would bring it. If you take the 44, it would bring it down to like 109.
Gotcha. So okay.
It bring it to 109.
That's actually not very much because they've been riding on getting around 150 to 200 pins. So 109, I don't know what the hell that was.
What's that?
So 109 is really not that much. And you kind of want to have a vacancy in this spot where you're bowling on 31-32 and you're guaranteed to have a person with a 209 game with handicap, 165 plus 44. I'm actually going to go with Mark's pick. I'm going with OG because of that, because of the vacancy.
I got emptiness.
Yeah, it's hard. They've been on a roll.
Yeah,
I may actually do a last-second swap tomorrow, but right now I'm going with OG.
You can't swap.
These are official.
No.
Yeah, these are in the
a lot of swapping
no,
that you haven't known about.
Chris
likes to swap every week.
As long as you tell both players, like both of us, before they actually start the game in the first frame, you can swap.
And I don't hear it.
No, it's not recorded at that moment.
That's right. Yeah,
Maybe
that
we
would
should
be-
make it official. The guest rule.
Yeah, no,
We'll call
that's
it the
right.
guest rule.
Think about it, though. That's right, because that's depriving our listeners of knowing what you actually took.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's the new rule officially
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going with OG and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
No swapping.
All right.
All right, Chris, you got-
I got empty nest.
All right. Hey,
Wait,
Craig,
Craig-
who you got?
Yeah. Craig, who do you got?
Craig.
OG.
Wow.
Cool beans. All right. That concludes the picks, guys. Craig, thanks again for joining, buddy. It was a really good pleasure. Thanks for joining tonight.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Greg, so much for tuning in, for being our guest for the first time of the podcast. I hope you come back again to be with us, and hopefully it's back when you're down to the 10th place where y'all team belong. So, yeah, so tune in next week as we see that Pin High is no longer in first place. My team is no longer in 13th place. We probably maybe be in the top 10. So, all my fans out there and listeners, please tune in while my team is growing, and we'll be in the top 5 by the end of the season. So tune in next time. See y'all guys. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Greg, you're awesome. Peace.
Thank you so much.
If you don't join next week, you'll see me in a leopard's shorts.
And then with the pink shirt that says, I'm Craig's bitch.
Perfect. I love it. All right, guys.
It wouldn't be a
Gentlemen.
shirt. It would be a tank top on me.
Oh, whatever you say, Chris. All right, gentlemen. We'll see y'all tomorrow night.
All right. Take care. Good night.
Thanks,
There you go.
Craig.
Yes. Thank you, Craig.